Well, hello. Welcome back to Mental Health Tips with Tim. I'm wearing my tarot shirt again. I'm wearing is doing okay today. So, hello. Hello. Good day. All right. So, I want to begin with saying it's a beautiful sunshiny day outside. Yes, I will take that any day. It's 55 degrees with all the rain and everything else. The lawn needs mowed. The flowers out are in bloom, but today might be a good day for a walk if you can get outside, or a stretch outside, or whatever you can do. So as you can see, it's extra bright here from here. We can see my window shining, and it's great. So I just want to welcome you back to Mental Health Tips for the day. Today, I want you to be able to understand that as we get closer, we're going to get more anxious about opening because we're going to get excited. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if you listen to Curtis today, you notice that there are 4 individuals that are doing minimum wage work that are doing community work today. So that is a first step to a slow reopening that Goodwill has. And I invite you to tune in tomorrow to Curtis's daily briefing, I'm going to call it, not to be confused with Mike Twine's briefing, but his daily updates, because he's got what sounds like some exciting information. So that's a plug for Curtis's. Now, today, some of the things is I found for myself that if I don't get up and move, and I'm just sitting watching TV or just sitting at the computer doing work, I get kind of, ugh. All right. All of you know what the is kind of lazy, kind of not really a loss of motivation to do things, not really feeling up. And so now's a good time to use some opposite to emotion action. My emotions feel like, excuse me, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to really do anything, but I'm going to force myself to get up. So right now, I want you to think about how you can get up today. Yeah. So how you can get up today and kind of move around. So I'm moving through my apartment and I'm going through and I'm just going to open my outdoor. Okay. Yes, you may have noticed I have a visitor. John Cena is in the house. I have a friend that dropped off that. So I'm literally walking outside. So we are outside and I'm looking and there is the sun and I am just feeling happy. Here's my car that kind of doesn't get used very much. So what I'm saying is just stepping outside, getting some fresh air. I'm noticing the trees. I notice the trees around me, behind me, my car, and I'm just noticing things that are helpful for me. Okay, that's what you can do. Maybe you can't get in a car and go for a drive or to a park. If your staff takes you out, you can go to a park and walk around a little bit. Some of the parks are still open, or anything that you can do to get some air. I've been cooking a little bit today, so if you look, I've got my window open actually, trying to get in some fresh air. That's not something I've been able to do for a while. So all of these things that I'm doing are here to help me get some energy, get some air. And if you feel that I'm kind of more animated, my body is more up, and that's one thing that you can do. Just get up, get some fresh air, get some moving, get air into your lungs, and you're not taking a big deep breath to calm yourself. You're taking a big deep breath to invigorate yourself. All right. So we want to invigorate ourselves. We want to get ourselves moving and get our lungs filled with air and some excitement and some body movement. All right. Now, the other thing that we can do is some exercise. All right. So I've got a mat that I'm putting on the floor, and I'm going to give you some choices. Okay. Here's the mat on the floor. All right. I cannot stretch. So this is me trying to touch my toes. Can't really do it, right? That doesn't help. But what I can do is maybe some push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You with me? 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So like the yoga in the morning or the stretch, you can do something. All right. During Victor's dance music, why don't we dance a little? Dance a little, move a little, groove a little. So instead of just listening to the music, now that made my nose run. Instead of just listening to the music, we can dance. Talking, taking a deep breath. Okay. So on Friday, you can dance, you can stretch, you can do a little exercise with you. So today is about what we can do to physically get fit. So, as you know, I'm coming over here. I'm actually going to open up my window and let some fresh air in. Maybe that's something that you can do today. See? All right. Opening up my window, letting some fresh air in. If I can get my blinds to go. Here I go. All right. Now I can feel that breeze. I wish you could feel it with me. So that is what I'm saying. There are ways to do this. I turned on my overhead ceiling fan to help circulate the air. Maybe that's something that you can do. All right. I don't know. I'm going to go get my drink of water. Also, hydrating is really important. And taking a big drink of water, getting plenty of water in your system can help. So if you're hydrated, your muscles may not ache as much. You may have some more energy. So that's what I'm saying. There are more things than today. So today's all about doing some physical coping skills to help with your mental health. They don't have to be a lot. Like in the 10 minutes, I walked through my house, walked outside, opened up a window, did 10 push-ups, stretched out a mat, tried to touch my toes. They're simple things. They're not a thing. Oh, I'm touching my face, so I'm glad I'm not out in public. It really cautions me to train me not to touch my face. And how often do we touch our face? Like there. So I'm going to have to keep training myself not to touch my face. So physical activities. What's something that you can do? Think about it, okay? All right. So we put in stretching. I put in push-ups. And you can do modified push-ups, so you can be on your knees and push it up. So everybody can do a push-up. It's just not, maybe you have to adjust it or modify it. Just like stretching, if I'm going to do yoga or stretch, I have to really modify it. So it doesn't mean I can't do it at all. It just means it's more difficult, and I've got to do a lot of modification. Some of the things might be just from my seat. Dancing to music, going to the beat, doing it, gonna dance in the street. All right. Again, when you hear music, on Friday with Victor, get up and dance and move. Just don't sit there and listen to. Get physically active, get physically moving. Take deep breaths to get oxygen in your body and extra air. Drink lots of water. That helps replenish your muscles. You may have less muscle aches. I was having some body aches, and I couldn't understand why. And I realized I was a little bit dehydrated. I wasn't drinking enough water. And as soon as the next couple of days I increased my water intake, guess what? My muscle aches went away. All right. I really want you to know that our mental health is important for all of us. Okay. Mental health is important for you, for me. And what else can you do physically right now in the moment? All right. Maybe there's an old Twister game at your house that you can play. That takes movement and exercise. Maybe you can play Simon Says. All right. Maybe you can help somebody with all the dances that you learned, like the chicken dance. All right. You do the funky chicken, you take it all around. That's what it all about. Boom, boom. So you can practice your dance with somebody. You could do Simon Says. And there's lots of physical games that you can play that may help you get up and get moving. All right. So whatever you have access to music, maybe you have access to stretching, you have access to just getting up. Do you have access to open your windows and let fresh air in? You have access to water. If you put ice in it, make it cold water. Sometimes I enjoy drinking cold water more than regular water. Some people like regular water. It's really up to you. All right. You just want to increase your water take for your physical and stay hydrated. If you can take outside, and outside doesn't mean I'm going somewhere. Outside means and I'm walking out and I'm looking at the sunshine. I'm looking at the trees that have blossomed. I'm looking at the flowers. I'm noticing the grass in my neighbor's yard and the dandelions. And my grass was just cut this weekend. But before that, I was thinking, oh, my lawn needs mowed. I'm looking at this kid that's driving a little bicycle down the road that normally he'd be in school, but he's out having fun by himself, social distancing. So that's great. All right. Do you have access to somebody just to walk you down to the street? Maybe it's just down to the end of the corner and back. It doesn't have to be a lot. Maybe a drive with the windows down if you're not around people, and just take the smell into the flowers. Now, if you got a lot of allergies and things, maybe that's not always a good idea because allergy season's in. So you could stay with the windows rolled up. So I don't care what you do, but I want you to do something physically, something to get out and get moving and get off that chair today, get away from the TV for a few minutes and do something else, anything else besides that. Maybe you look for a new recipe online that's healthy. So let's say I know somebody that instead of regular lasagna with the noodles and the meat, they made a vegetable lasagna that had zucchini, squash, eggplant. They used lactate cottage cheese because they were lactose intolerant as a base, and they put some Parmesan cheese on top, which apparently they're not as allergic to as regular whole mozzarella cheese. They added some tomato sauce. They didn't put onions or garlic or anything in that because they get a lot of bloating from that. So they switched the recipe to make it fit their needs that accounted for their allergies or for things that give them gas, bloating, or uncomfortable. All right. And you can do that. So now's a good time to experiment or have a staff experiment with you and next time they go out to find the ingredients and try something different. Okay. And look at something that is going to help get you up. And hey, if you happen to be trying to stop smoking or chewing tobacco, or you're trying to make a healthy choice, a healthy option, and change a behavior, then sitting at home doing nothing isn't really going to help you. So get up, get social, get moving, kind of get your body moving and stuff. And that's going to help you through, because if you're sitting there not doing anything, it's easier to be down on ourselves. It's easier to have negative thoughts. It's easier just to get hooked on TV and get kind of lazy and not motivated. And then the thoughts of what we can have. If I'm thinking about cutting out ice cream and I'm sitting there, what am I thinking about? You guessed it, ice cream. You're thinking about ice cream. So I got to get my mind off of it. I got to distract myself. And that's part of using our five senses. We've got smell, taste, sight. Can you name the other one? You got it, vision and hearing, right? So use your other senses to distract you from that thing that you're on. Get your mind off. And part of it is getting up moving. So if you're moving away from the kitchen, you're moving away from the TV with the ads. Touch my face again, see how hard it is. Going outside, doing anything, and feeling really good. So like when I got up, I moved, I did that during this time. I have just went from being kind of to more energized, to have more energy, to have more help, to be able to be invigorated. I got my lungs filled, I got myself hydrated. And what did I do? I walked outside for a minute. I stretched, tried to stretch. I did 10 push-ups. And when I said try to stretch, I stretched the most that I could. All right. So that's not a failure for me. Not being able to touch my toes is not a failure. It just means I did it as far as I could. And that was stretching for me, even though I had a long ways to go before I could touch my toes. I did 10 push-ups. I didn't modify them, but you could modify them. You could do 10 stretches. Get your dance on, dance to the music. So not just listen to the music, but kind of dance in rhythm, get up and dance and make yourself go. Years ago, MTV used to have dance videos. That's all, people did. There was Richard Simmons dancing with the oldies, sweating with the oldies. Jane Fonda had a dance video. So for all those old timers, all these other stars, Olivia Newton-John, the classic Xanadu or Let's Get Physical, I want to get physical. All those are just songs and things that they helped you to move in your own home when you couldn't get out. So to help you get excited about getting back, whatever that looks like, in a social distance way, in a more protective way, that we're not just going to go back and shake everybody's hand and hug and work right next to somebody. We know that's not going to happen. That's not safe for us. All right. So in anticipating excitement of getting back, what I suggest that we do for today is use that excitement to get up and move your body. So the tip of the day is physical movement. Okay. If you missed this live, then I say go through this again, and I will be back with you on Wednesday at 4. Martha and I will be doing another coping skill for you to learn or to practice. Okay? Have a good rest of the day. And I will talk to you later. And as soon as I figure out how to change this event and turn it off, we will be going. All right? So we are going now, and I will see you later. Have a good day.